My next thing is, what is
You're in the
your
milk.
definition of or I guess I know you're gonna point to the Bible, traditions. What do you think they meant by traditions back then?
The traditions of the apostles.
And what do you consider would be like the traditions of the apostles? I
So,
think you know where I'm trying to go with this, but
which is everything that we have, written down from them. And, yeah, like some people will say, oh, well, there's oral tradition from the apostles that was passed down, right? The problem with that is that there's no way to prove that. Anybody, later could have come across, come by and said, oh, guys, actually have this oral tradition. The Apostle Paul, he told me this. He didn't tell you guys this, but he told me this. So, just like, just trust me. But there's no
what
way to
if there
prove that.
were what if there were account witnesses from back then? Then I mean, would you believe that?
What do you mean?
Because keep in mind, I know a lot of them had followers, or a lot of them had people. They had people working under the apostles as well during that time, or at least that's the Catholic belief. I'm probably wording it kind of weird, but because yeah, we do believe in the fact that there are oral teachings, and then there are traditions as well. The apostles both did because they didn't just write it down; they also spoke it as well. Again, that's why I'm asking what your
Yeah, because
perspective is on that.
personally, I would only believe what the apostles themselves wrote, because anybody could come, like I said, anybody could come and say, oh, well, yeah, hey, the Apostle Paul said this. Okay, prove it. Oh, there's no way to prove it. Just, it was passed by, by a word. Well, it's like if somebody goes to you and says, hey, the Christian King said this about you, and then you're like, okay, well, show me the video clip, show me the message, show me the email, and they're like, well, no, I don't have it. So
I
how are
mean,
you going to prove that?
yeah. I mean, I know that we do believe that there is evidence for that, but I don't know it on top of my head. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to hear what your thoughts were on that too.
Yeah,
Um,
and here too, like in First and Second Thessalonians 2:15, it says, "Therefore, brothers, stand firm and cling to the traditions we taught you, whether by speech or by letter." And here, the context here too. Well, number one, we see that he's saying, "Hey, cling to what we taught you," right? The apostles, not somebody else, not somebody 200 to 400 years later. That what we taught you,
but
and
that's what we
then
mean by tradition, though, because obviously it says by speech or
yeah,
by letter. So whatever is written down and whatever it is that they spoke as well.
yeah, but whatever it is that they spoke, you would have to prove that it was from them. But here, though, the context when he says whether by speech, right? When you go up here, we know what he was talking about. He says in verse 5, "Do you not remember that I told you these things while I was still with you?" Right? In other words, these were the things that he was teaching them, that he was telling them when he was in person with them, when he was telling this to them by speech. This is what he's referring to. So, what was these teachings that he told them by speech when he was there with them personally? Well, it's these verses before, right? It says, "Now concerning the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ and our being gathered together to him, we ask you, brothers, not to be easily disconcerted or alarmed by any spirit or messenger or letter seeming to be from us, alleging that the day of the Lord has already come." So notice the Thessalonians, they were getting messages and even letters pretending to be from the apostles, that the day of the Lord has already come. And he tells them, "Let no one deceive you in any way, for it will not come until the rebellion occurs first and the man of lawlessness, the son of destruction, is revealed." So don't even believe that, because it's not going to happen until these things happen. He, referring to the Antichrist, will expose and exalt himself above every so-called God or object of worship. So he will seat himself in the temple of God, proclaiming himself to be God. And so he's writing to them, "Do you not remember that I told you these things while I was still with you?" Right? So then that's why later he says, right, "Stand firm and cling to the traditions we taught you, whether by speech or by letter." But notice too, the same thing that he taught them by speech or by word was also written, because he's writing it right here.
Okay, fair point. Fair point. I mean, I yeah. Again, I just wanted to hear what your perspective was on it. I appreciate you
Hmm.
having this conversation with me, though. Those were just some
Yeah,
of my
yeah, of
questions that I
course. I
had.
appreciate the questions.
Yeah, and I appreciate you being kind about it, and you know,
Oh,
um,
yeah, yeah, of course, yeah. But yeah, you said that was all? That was the only questions
yeah,
you had?
yeah. That was those were the only questions. If I think of some more, I'll annoy you again.
Nah, nah, it's
I
not annoying. That's what I'm here for.
yeah, I just wanted to hear what your perspective was on these different things. I'm just trying to learn like what it is that makes us so different. You know, um, which I
Yeah,
can see it now. But either way, I mean, I respect it, and I may not fully agree with. I may not always agree with your position, but I mean, I respect it, and just I'm open to listening and hearing you out and
yeah.
seeing the
And
evidence
also,
that you brought.
yeah, and you mentioned some of that evidence too about like, oh, some other teachings that were, by speech from the apostles. If you ever have that,
I
like,
feel that.
come back up and share that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm still learning myself, so um, but I always like to kind of learn like so I'm at a point right now where I'm learning what is it that my own faith teaches, and then I'm also trying to learn what is it that why is it that we are so different from other Christians, like other Christians believing and
You're in the milk.
everything. So I'm just trying to learn both sides. That's all, that's the gist of it. I'm trying to learn both sides
Yeah,
and trying to see like what's up with all of it. Yeah. I think everybody
yeah,
focuses too much on arguing and who's right and who's wrong, but for me I'm just like I just want to listen, you know.
yeah.
So
I've been too, on that journey to also like learn what the Catholic Church teaches, right? Because sometimes, when we're on here talking to people, in the beginning, I would hear like different things from, different Catholics, and but the good thing, which I appreciate from the Catholic Church, which is different than the Orthodox Church, is that at least the Catholic Church has stuff written down. At least they have a catechism. At least they have somewhere where you could go and see, oh, this is what they believe.
yeah, and
Um,
not only that though, but we also cite our sources. So it's like so it also shows depending on what version you're getting and everything. But like mine cites Bible verses and it tells you like where it came from historically and all that stuff. So I mean I mean at least for me for me that's what's great about the Catholic faith is that we have one book that can just tell us everything and it shows us how it correlates with the Bible. Um so I mean
yeah,
yeah. I have quite a bit of apologist connections and stuff that I know that I've been asking them questions too. So don't think I'm just here just to like question you. Like I I've been questioning. I here's the thing. I question everything and I want to know
yeah. That's
why.
good.
I want to see the evidence. So I'm very just like I'm not gonna just go along with what somebody is telling me. So I'm that way too. So like like I even have the apologist working. So that's how I feel. Um, it kind of cracks me
Yeah,
up, but like that's like I'm trying to learn both sides. I mean
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't.
That's how I came across your channel on Williams channel, and you were like questioning him. I think it was on if Mary had brothers, or sorry, if Jesus had brothers. I think it
Yes.
was on that topic.
It probably would. The thing is, I come up a lot on his streams, and I ask him a lot of questions. And I mean, I mean, the good thing about it is, or at least the way that I see it, he's been very, very kind in trying to show me like what the Catholic position is on it, and I respect him for it. Yeah. So I mean,
Hmm.
and there are times where I will question him further because I am again, I'm still trying to learn. And some things just don't make sense, and a lot of times I'm like I'm just not seeing the bigger picture, but I mean he's been doing his best to try to try to show me the Catholic position on a lot of different things and where is it that we're getting all of that. So which I know I think it drives his chat crazy sometimes too because I'm always asking, they're like, oh well the evidence is right there. I'm like, well the evidence isn't really telling me straight up how
Yeah,
it is.
yeah,
And like I told him
yeah,
I have and I'm not saying anything that I don't say to him and he knows that too. Like I respect him a lot, and I really do. And he knows that. Like I will question him further on it. I'll be like, okay, well, where? Show me, because I'm not seeing it. And so, that makes him work harder, which is, I mean, it's good on his end. He loves a challenge. So, and I'm really good friends with him, so I have no issues with him, and I even bug him even off camera too. So, um, so yeah, just letting you know, you're not going to be you're not the only person that I'm gonna keep questioning about certain things, because I do it too.
All good. I love questions. I love questions. But that's good that you question everything, even like not only that you ask, but then you even question the responses too, because
Yeah,
like yeah, the same thing. Even like with some topics, I'll see people make arguments, and I'm like, yeah, no, I don't see that. I don't see that in that verse.
yeah, and it's more of like, because I think that's a huge issue that we have today is like people are just believing whatever it is that other people are saying. But it's
Yeah,
it's also like, and we're not actually, and just because we like the person, or because the person is really kind, or because we've been watching them for like an eternity, like especially like online, and I'm just like, no, like I don't care if it's my favorite person in the entire world, or my favorite apologist in the entire world. I'm not gonna just believe them just because just because I have to, or just because they're my favorite people. Like I'm
Amen.
like if I'm gonna ask a question, I'm gonna need to see evidence for it. I'm gonna need to see actual proof that is stating what you are saying. And if it doesn't say what you are saying, and if I'm reading it and I'm just like I don't see it, I'm gonna tell you I don't see that. And I know that that's made I know in the
yeah,
past that has made a lot of people mad before. They're like, oh, she just doesn't want to learn. I'm like, no, I am wanting to learn, and that's why I'm asking. I'm like,
yeah,
so I think some people are just too far up people's butts to to like to like just not see it. It is, I mean, that's just my
yeah.
personal opinion.
It's because
So,
sometimes people idolize other people too.
yep, I've seen it happen way too many times, and I'm just like, they're like, oh, I believe it because this person said it. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
but did you go look for yourself?
Yeah,
Or
it's the
you
same
never
thing,
looked?
with people they say, "Oh, well, my pastor said it." "Oh, my pastor says so." Okay, but that doesn't mean nothing. That's just his
Right,
opinion. How is he going to prove that?
exactly. And if they can't prove it, then are they really that reliable?
Mhm.
Just I mean, yeah. I'm I'm somebody that has a lot of questions. So
No, that's good. That's so good.
yeah,
That's a good
I'm
thing.